Season 2 of the greatest live action anime adaptation has just dropped on Netflix. Hello motherfuckers, welcome back to my motherfucking channel. Today we will be getting into episodes 4 through 6, okay, of the live action One Piece anime. Wake it up. So this is part 2 of a 3-part series on my channel where we talk about the live action. We already did episodes 1 through 3. Let's get into episodes 4 through 6.
Episode 4, Big Trouble in Little Garden, with a runtime of 54 minutes.
The crew is sailing away from Whiskey Peak and into the unknown, well, Little Garden, where we actually get to meet Miss All Sunday. She's on the boat. Somehow, some way, she's on the ship, and oh my god, great casting. She looks fantastic. I have 0 complaints. The accent, it feels so good. It feels like what Robin would be in real life. It just does, you know? I need to see more from Robin, 100%. And when they arrive on Little Garden, this is where the crew splits up a bit. And this is where we get some of my favorite dynamics in One Piece. Overall, the live action, the anime, the manga, Zoro and Sanji. They split off just a duo. And they riffed off of each other so well. It feels natural. You know, the Zoro and Sanji banter that we all look forward to, that we get it still nowadays, but I feel like it used to be a lot back in the early days, and it feels good. It feels good. And honestly, I thought that it wouldn't cross over that well, but oh my god, these two are so talented, it works. Meanwhile, Luffy and Vivi are actually exploring Little Garden, and we see the dinosaurs and stuff. Zoro and Sanji also kill a dinosaur, and they look good. They just look a little fake, and it's okay because it still looks and it feels good. It didn't really take me out of that setting. And we meet the infamous Dory and Broggy. Nami and Usopp are actually captured by Broggy, and Vivi and Luffy actually just run into Broggy. And now with these two's castings, I was very worried how this would come off. It's kind of hard to do giants, and even in my opinion, in animes and animations and stuff like that, it's hard to do big things, and I think they did it really good. It still, to me, just looks a little weird, but it comes off great, okay? The characters really carry that for me, okay? They both fit the bill very well, and it just made me happy. I just love giants. I cannot wait till we get to elbaf in the anime, of course. And Dory and Broggy end up battling. I enjoyed this fight. I loved it, actually. So much so, I wished it would have lasted a little longer. That's my only complaint here, is I wanted it to be last a little longer, but it still feels solid. But I was still satisfied with it, okay? Nonetheless. Meanwhile, we meet Mr. 3, bro. I'm just gonna keep saying it. The casting process for the One Piece live action is so insane. Like, what? Not only did they pick a great cast, but the makeups and stuff on these people just look so great. It looks so great, and it feels so natural. That's the only way I can explain it. It feels naturally great. And we also meet Miss Golden Week. Now, with this one, there's nothing bad to say, but there's also nothing great to say. My only complaint with her is I wish she was just a bit younger. Nothing against the actress herself. I just wish she was a bit younger. Nami, Zoro, and Luffy end up getting painted by Miss Golden Week separately. Vivi and Zoro and Nami are all captured as well by Mr. 3. And we all know Miss Golden Week's power, painting power, changes the emotion of whoever she paints. So their emotions are changed. They're going it's all over the place right now, leaving the episode off on a cliffhanger, which I'm not mad at. I like that we have things to look forward to in the next episode and stuff like that. I'm gonna give this episode a solid 9 out of 10. It was great, okay? It was great, but I wanted a little more. So then we move to episode 5, Wax On, Wax Off, and the runtime is 57 minutes. Now let's start off with Sanji in this episode. He discovers Mr. Three's wax house in the forest and actually ends up talking on the phone, well, on the transponders now, to Crocodile, and we end up seeing the Crocodile. Aura. I love the casting for Crocodile as well. It's not much. We haven't seen much yet, but the aura, it's there. It's spilling. And Sanji, or should we say Mr. Prince, and actually gets an ass whooping from Mr. 13. Okay, it's like this otter character animal. I really don't know what it is, but he beats the shit out of Sanji. But Sanji ends up winning. It was a difficult diff, okay, a hard diff, but it was still engaging. And like I've been saying, it encapsulates early One Piece. Just the goofiness. Why are you fighting an otter and the otter is actually beating your ass? It makes sense. Nami, Zoro, and Vivi are all in the wax contraption. It looks great. I have no complaints about that. I don't want it to be bigger, smaller, whatever, because that's my thing. I like things to be bigger. I think this wax contraption looks great. The scene between Miss Golden Week and Luffy is so stand out to me because I started to see why they chose her more as the casting for Miss Golden Week. She is a great actress, but Luffy here stood out. I know people have issues with how he delivers Luffy, but in this scene in particular, it's amazing. Like, and it's nothing like too serious, but like he really gives it, and I'm just like, that's my Luffy. Usopp does his big one, saving not only Luffy but Zoro, Nami, and Vivi, and the fights begin. Now let's start with Luffy versus Mr. 3, and I thought this fight was good. Reminded me of the anime a lot. It's not my favorite fight overall, but it had me hooked. It didn't overstay its welcome. It didn't feel forced. It was great. It was great. Now, Nami and Vivi versus Mrs. Valentine was also good. Nothing crazy here. Nothing stand out. It is good to see these two work together. Again, it flows naturally.
And as the crew is preparing to set off, the giants tell them to sail forward no matter what comes in their way. And this is where we get the iconic scene of the Hakogen sovereignty between Dory and Bragi. And this moment in the anime, in the manga, whenever they do this, I've said it before, whenever they hit this move, or any of the giants hit it, because we just recently got more giants doing some sort of the same thing when Kaidou and Big Mom had their moment with it. It's just so entertaining. Like, I don't know, it's one of my favorite moves in all of One Piece. I was very excited about it, but I do unfortunately have a critique about it. I wanted it to be more. Like, I needed a little more for that, maybe a little more setup time or something, because the payoff just didn't feel that great. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, because like I said, I still enjoyed it, but it could have used a little more. So it ends with the crew finally heading for Alabasta. They have some great banter on the ship. I always look forward to it, and it, like I keep saying, it feels natural and just fun. It feels fun. That is until Nami falls ill, literally, from getting bit by a bug back on Little Garden. So the episode leaves off on a cliffhanger, which, once again, I like it. Leaves me wanting more. I really loved this episode. Like I said, I just wanted the giants to be more present during this episode, but it's fine. Like, it still feels very solid for what it is. Especially, it just feels really good because it hits all the notes that need to be hit, and it, like, solid. It's a very solid episode, and I'm gonna give it a 9.3 out of 10. I enjoyed the Giants. I enjoyed Mr. 3 and Luffy, and just everything. The aesthetic of Little Garden always puts a smile on my face.
Then we move on to episode 6, Nami Dearest, with a runtime of 55 minutes. With Nami getting sick, the crew finds themselves on Drum Island, the gorgeous Drum Island. Okay, first of all, I want to point this out. In the anime and the manga, Drum Island is very, like, aesthetically pleasing, and it crossed over so well to the live action, in my opinion. Once again, like I said with Whiskey Peak, it just felt cozy, even though these people are, like, going through it, of course. But we get a flashback to an old reverie that happened years ago, and we see some familiar faces. We see
Cobra
for the first time, and I think he looks great in the manga. Nobody can say anything about the casting. I don't care. It looks good to me. And we also see what looks like to be the king of Louisia, and that's interesting. Like I said, they're taking moments and characters that happen way far down the line and already bringing them in, but it feels safe and it feels solid, you know? Now, in the anime and manga, I actually hate Wapol. Like, the character never did anything for me. Like, I was never moved by Wapol, but, and it's a big one, this man brings Wapol to life in the best way possible. He is hilarious. Hilarious! From his little Wapol-isms to the way that he, like, wiped his hand on the king that was sitting next to him. It's just comedy. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Usually with live action things seem so, like, forced and, like, in just plain. This, it just feels like the world is really coming together in a really well-rounded way, and simply by the characters doing things that characters would do, you know. It's interesting. He does go on to smack a young Vivi, and I'm just like, what? I don't remember if that happened in the source material, but it's okay because it's building up this conflict between Wapol, Vivi, and Luffy, you know? And we end up actually seeing Miss All Sunday giving Wapol his devil fruit. And I just want to point out, I love the scenes in the dark rooms, but there's, like, you know, the lights in the background and stuff. It's so satisfying. Like, I could live in all these rooms. It reminds me of the sword shop on Logtown. Just, I love it. But back on Drum Island, Blackbeard is actually mentioned a few times, and once again, bringing characters through. It's setting up a story. It's building a world. How can you not like it? And
Dalton
is very much a great casting. He encapsulates the hardships of the Drum Island residents, and it feels great, okay? But on Drum Island, they need a doctor. We all know Drum Island is renowned for its doctors, but Wapol took them all away. There's only one doctor, and it's Dr. Kureha, and she is on top of the mountain inside of the old castle. This is where we get the iconic scene of Luffy carrying Nami on his back and Sanji coming along with him, but up the mountain, Sanji actually gets fucked up and Luffy has to carry him with his teeth. It's such a hard-working moment from Luffy, and in the anime and the manga, this is character development right here. Like, he is taking care of his crew. This is a very captain move of him. He's getting frostbite, he's bleeding. It's hard, it's tough, and it was adapted so well. With some of these scenes, like the reverse mountain or Laboon, I was just like, ugh, I could use a little more. But with this, it feels great. It feels stupidly solid, okay? But when they make it up to the top of the mountain, they all end up being saved by
Chopper.
And that's when Nami wakes up and she sees Chopper. And this is my moment. I'm going to talk about Chopper. Not too much because he's not really much of in this episode. It's more in the next episode. But he looks great. I think he's done so well. Anytime he was on the screen, I was just smiling. He's adorable. He's adorable. How can you not like this? I don't get it. I don't get it. But Kureha's intro was fabulous. Fabulously done. She looks great and is taking on the character with ease. I think she is a standout for sure introduction in this story so far, because it was done in like a rock star kind of way, and it fits. It works. That's the thing. It works. It's not perfect, but it works and it feels, I don't know, I like it. And Luffy's reaction to Chopper being shown for the first time is, oh my god, I felt it so much. I feel like Luffy's Inaki is getting better and better and better every time. Like as time goes on, he's just getting better, because this reaction was so real. Okay, that's how I felt when I was watching Chopper run across the screen for the first time. I get it.
Okay, let's talk about this moment real quick, because that's one of the most talked about moments from this live action season 2 is Sanji and Luffy serving body. Okay, let's just talk about it. These two men are very attractive. First of all, let that be known. The amount of work that they had to put in to really give us this, not just this scene, but just to look this good, it's insane, and I applaud them because they look fantastic. I'd like to try that devil fruit, if you know what I mean.
And this actually ends episode 6. And I'm going to give this episode a 9.2 out of 10. Great intros to characters. Great story building for the rest of the story. It feels cinematic. I love it so much. And it's leaving me wanting more. And at this point, I haven't watched the last 2 episodes as I'm filming this. So I know what happens next. Obviously, I've seen One Piece, but I don't know. Okay, like there's things that are different in the adaptation that just aren't in the source material. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's leaving me wanting more. So like I said before, I would love to know how you feel about the adaptation so far. What's your thoughts on it? Me personally, I love it. I think it's done so comfortably. I can't say that word. It's done so well. I think it's amazing. And it's great for people that are scared to start the anime, because it has almost 1.2 thousand episodes. I think it's a perfect way to enter this universe. It's great. So make sure you come back for part 3 of this series. I will put all the videos together into one big video for you guys when I'm done with it. So make sure you're here for it. And in the meantime, I am currently ranking the Warlords of the Sea on my YouTube channel, and we've done Boa Hancock, Buggy, Mihawk, Moria, Crocodile, Law, and next week we will be doing, next week we'll be doing Jinbei. And I'm just having fun here, okay? I like to drop a theory video that coincides with said warlord. So go check out my content, okay? It's a little interesting. You know, to rub my own horn? Rub your own horn? Hello? I don't know, but I got that's it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye, motherfuckers.